Hey, a lot of people put an estate freeze in place, and that becomes the extent of their financial plan. And what they start to realize over time is, hey, between me and my kids, my family is going to pay as much tax as if I had not done the estate plan to begin with. And probably your tax professional had a really good idea in putting this in place to begin with, because it's really a foundation to a lot of different planning that you can do over time with your estate plan. So what was really the plan to begin with is to get this in place as one of the foundational pillars of your whole plan so that you could put something more robust in place over time. But a lot of people start at that first or stop at that first stage when they're doing their estate planning. They just do the estate freeze and that's it. So let's have a look at that in a little more detail. So the whole idea, I'm going to use Genghis Khan and his sons as an analogy. And one thing that he said to his sons is, look at an arrow. And if I give you one arrow, you could break that quite easily over your leg. But now let me put a bundle of arrows together. So now we have like 15 arrows. Now try to break this over your leg. It's a lot more difficult, probably impossible to break 15 arrows over your leg. And his whole point was that alone, any one of these kids, any one of his kids, is vulnerable to attack, potentially from one of the others. But if they unite all together, they were going to be so strong. And that's how it works with financial planning too. Some people think that a financial plan can consist of one thing. They put some money away in their RSP for retirement, and then they've got their one thing in place. They're going to retire on that. Anything left over goes to their kids. Hey, they've got their financial plan. Maybe they have a lot of money in their RSP and they figured they did a good job at the planning. And they did something rather than nothing, which is really helpful. But one thing that you will understand as we go through the financial planning process is that essentially the same as these arrows here. Every plan complements every other part of the plan. So all these different strategies, as we start to put them together, they complement each other and make the whole thing a lot stronger than it was before. So essentially, maybe you have an estate freeze, maybe you've gone beyond that and you've started to combine it with some other strategies, which is great. The point is, if you've got something like that, or even if you've got some other element of a financial plan, probably there's a lot of strategies that can go together to reinforce that strategy you've already put in place to make your plan a lot stronger than it is currently. I can't really speak, as I've said before, to any specific situation here, but I'm always happy to talk to people. Please get in touch with me if you think that there might be, or if you've got a single strategy or just a couple strategies that you're working with that might be able to get reinforced by being a little bit more holistic with your planning. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.